Hi, I'm Leanne. I'm a lightworker and a mother to 3 special girls. I strive to continue learning, growing, and to collect new skills. I'm a psychic medium, Reiki master teacher, and Akashic record reader and energy healer. I am so excited to share what I've learned and what I'm going to learn and the ups and downs of life. Thank you for joining me on my journey. Welcome to Life of a Lightworker podcast. Hello, everybody. Today's card is going to be pulled from The Good Tarot by Colette Baron-Reid. And my intention for this card pull is for you, the listeners. What do you need to know? What do you need to hear right now? Oh, there's a card that popped out. Fortune's Wheel. Okay, and then from the book, Fortune's Wheel. Destiny meets synchronicity. I am in awe to experience many meaningful coincidences that prove to me that Spirit has my back. These lucky breaks and moments when things just turn out perfectly show how we're all connected. My gamble will pay off when I trust my co-creative partnership with Spirit. My destiny is obvious to me now. Okay, when I look at this card, when I intuitively read into this card, so I'm looking at the middle, I'm looking at the faces that I see inside the wheel, and I feel like they're opposing each other. I feel like there's a big circle and a little circle, and they're opposing each other. The big circle will always win. The little circle will slow it down. It can't stop it. It feels like the motions of the universe are moving, and us as individuals, it is more beneficial to work with the flow of the universe than against it, because when we go against it, we aren't bringing anything to us, and we're not stopping it, we are slowing it. So I feel like moving with the universe, moving with the soul's flow, because I feel like when we're listening to our soul, when we're following our soul's guidance, that is also moving with the flow of the universe. That is also moving with what the universe wants to bring forward, because I believe that all of our souls move in alignment of the universe together, because they have all a shared, almost like a shared consciousness. They share information with each other. So it's all planned out, and then we are listening to our soul's plan for this certain point, certain spot within the universe. So when we go against our soul's plan of what we wanted to achieve when we came here, it slows down what we want. Even if we don't know that we want it, it's what we want. We want these good things to come, but we have this narrow perspective so that we're moving against it instead of with it. And let me see, what can we do to help be in flow with our soul, with our universe? Yeah, it's just tiny. Think of tiny things instead of big things. It's probably the hardest thing that people can do, is living in the moment. Because when we're living in the moment, we are trusting the flow of our soul. We're connected to our soul when we're in the moment. When we go too far forward or too far back, that's not in connection to our soul. That is connection to, I'm going to say the ego, where that's like the mind that's trying to control and keep us safe. It's a protective mechanism. But when we are in line with our soul, we don't need that protection mechanism, because we are in the highest path. Let me see. Okay, so what I'm asking how can we invite more time in our day, more moments in our day to be present, to be connected to our soul? And I see that as being little moments. We don't need to have an hour a day. We really don't even need 5 minutes. You could do 5 minutes, that would be really nice, but just 2 minutes every so often. Take a moment when you're doing the dishes. Take a breath, connect with yourself, feel your body, feel the energy flowing through you, and as you're doing the dishes, connect with the dish. Maybe think about or dream about what that dish has done before you, and what it's doing for you right now. Thank the dish. Be mindful of each action you're doing, even things like chores. When you're on the computer, take a moment. Be grateful that we have this technology. I feel like being grateful and thankful in the moment is very similar to being connected to your higher self. I feel like that's like the gateway. That's an easy way. So take moments of your day to be grateful, and then start playing with that energy of being grateful and experimenting. I feel like asking questions and playing around and wondering. That playfulness is very important, because our soul is very playful. It loves experiencing things. It loves learning. And that is a very strong play energy. So taking moments to be playful. And if you don't feel that energy you don't want to be playful in that moment. You don't have the energy to put into being playful. Being still. Being aware of your body. Thinking of each part of yourself, and you could be focusing on your shoulder, your chest, your head, your feet. Go through different parts of you and see how you physically feel in the moment, and then see how you emotionally feel, energetically feel. You could go through all the different ways, or just do one and take that moment to connect with yourself. You could take a minute and just visualize water flowing over your body and imagine how that would feel. You could feel the air. Take a conscious moment and say, I want to feel the air as I am breathing it. And visualize the air coming into you, expanding into your lungs. Imagine that oxygen being dispersed into your bloodstream, and then all the carbon dioxide from your blood going into your lungs so that you can expel it outwards. Visualize that. You can take any action and add more intention into it, and those are the moments that would be beneficial to add throughout your day. It doesn't have to be the same one. It's taking little times throughout the day to be in your body, in your present state. It's not being in the best state. It's not moments to try to be happy and joyful. It's taking moments to feel how you feel right now. Because that's the most important thing, is to feel what you're feeling, acknowledge those feelings, don't ignore them, acknowledge them, and be with them. You don't need to try to fix them or change them. Be with them. That's the first step. It's the acknowledgement. That's most important. Let's see, what else? Okay, so changing with the times. This card is also about, just because something worked in the past doesn't mean it's going to work in the future. Works right now. So being able to let go of what you thought was working, which you thought was down pat, which you thought was good, being able to let go of that and be okay in the unknown. The learning of what works now and what will work. Letting go of the patterns that we created that kept us safe and making new patterns that will work now, because those old patterns are falling away. They're not working as much as they used to. So instead of holding on to them for dear life, letting them go and explore, have fun, and find out what new things will work. And the only way that we're going to find out the new things that work is to play. We have to experiment and be open to fail. Because through this experimentation process, lots of things aren't going to work. Maybe the first thing you try will work, and that's amazing. But there's a good chance that maybe you have to try a few things. And sometimes there's more learning and more experience involved in failing and trying these things that don't work, opposed to just getting it right the first time. So lots of times our soul wants us to fail because they want that experience. There's more things to learn that way. So think about that for a moment and let that sink in. I feel like this is something everybody has to do, and me included. I was just wondering lately, like, just during this podcast, I was thinking I need to step up my protection game, because this last week I went out into very public places. I went to a children's hospital and I went to a children's play place, and my protection was not working all the way. It was working good enough for adults, but it was not working well enough for kids. And I always know that my kids work their way through my protection very easily, but other people's kids are working their way through my energetic protection, and it was draining. I was exhausted. It was too much for me. I had to like spend the rest of the day like laying on the couch. It was exhausting. And it's because my protection needs to be modified. I need to find the ways that it works better for children, because I feel like their energy is different, and I need to change something up. So I need to do exploring. And when I figure it out, I'll let you guys know. Just find out what works for me so that you guys can try it. And I'll let you know all the other things I tried, so maybe they'll work for you, even if it didn't work for me. So I think I'm going to be spending this next week figuring that out. So hopefully I'll have some new insights to share with you next week about energetic protection. I'm excited about that. And I hope everybody has a great week. I look forward to talking to you next time. And if you want to contact me, I would love that. My Instagram, my Facebook, my YouTube, my TikTok is all Spruce Energy Healing. My website is www.spruceenergyhealing.com. And I would love to contact with you. So if you have any ideas for episodes, or you just want to say hi, please reach out. I hope you have a wonderful week, and talk to you next time.